Olivia Newton-John mourned the loss of a lover in 2005, whom many presumed died at sea. But then, 10 years later, reports emerged that her former flame was still alive. Here's what you need to know. Actress and singer Olivia Newton-John died on August 8, 2022 at 73 years old. Her husband, John Easterling, shared the news on Instagram. He wrote, "Dame Olivia Newton-John passed away peacefully at her ranch in Southern California this morning, surrounded by family and friends. We ask that everyone please respect the family's privacy during this very difficult time. Olivia has been a symbol of triumphs and hope for over 30 years, sharing her journey with breast cancer." Newton-John rose to fame as a country singer and songwriter in the 1970s, with hits like I Honestly Love You and Have You Never Been Mellow. However, it was Newton-John's starring role alongside John Travolta in Grease that catapulted her to superstardom. In addition to the public's interest in Newton-John's professional career, the singer's love life was a regular topic of tabloid fodder. The Grammy-winning singer even found herself in the middle of a tragic mystery. Newton-John appealed to the public for help in 2005 when her then-boyfriend Patrick McDermott went missing. The National Enquirer quoted her as saying in a statement, "I'm hopeful that my treasured friend is safe and well, and I'm grateful to the officials who are working so hard to find Patrick, whom I love very much. I ask anybody with information that could help to please come forward."
Is the likelihood that he fell overboard or what?
We do not know. That's what the interviews are trying to determine.
Newton-John explained that McDermott had been missing for a total of 2 months following an overnight fishing trip. Newton-John later opened up about his disappearance as authorities worked to determine if and how McDermott fell off the boat, telling CBS News, "It's really painful for me, and it is really personal. We miss him. We love him. We're still kind of praying that there's a chance he'll come back." Newton-John added that amid the saddening experience, she became very close with McDermott's ex-wife, Yvette Nepar. Speculation about McDermott's disappearance began to grow after reports of the cameraman's financial debt became public. According to CBS News, McDermott owed nearly $31,000 to creditors and owed Nepar years' worth of unpaid child support payments. The outlet also reported that McDermott filed for bankruptcy in 2000. Authorities were never able to determine what, if anything, caused McDermott's supposed boating accident. However, 10 years after the incident, a bizarre report surfaced claiming that McDermott had faked his death and was living in Mexico. Woman's Day magazine alleged that there was substantial proof he fabricated the incident, claiming none of the 22 other passengers on the overnight excursion witnessed McDermott's fall. Investigators also noted that McDermott secured a new passport using his given name, Patrick Kim, and withdrew all of the money from his bank accounts. The theory that McDermott faked his death was further supported by private investigator Philip Klein, who took on the case in March 2007. Klein told NBC News that he found very little evidence that McDermott had died, saying, "There's no doubt in my mind this guy's alive." Klein also detailed his findings in a book titled Lost at Sea: The Hunt for Patrick McDermott.
There was no way that he could have fallen off. There was no way that he could have jumped to his suicide. They would have known immediately.
Claims that McDermott faked his death were reportedly troubling to Olivia Newton-John. A source told Woman's Day in 2021, "The whys and what-ifs of Patrick's disappearance have troubled Olivia for years. She's never really had closure or lost hope."
There have been reports, and of course I always pray that they're true, but on the other hand, I also believe that he would never leave his son.
The publication also reported that Newton-John was gearing up to write a book about the accident with the help of Yvette Nepar, McDermott's ex-wife. An insider added, "Yvette and Olivia have become very close over the years. They're bonded by their grief and confusion over the whole thing." Despite pushback from McDermott's family, Klein maintains that the former cameraman is alive and well. Even so, to date, no one has been able to provide photographic proof that McDermott is alive in Mexico or elsewhere.